What's going on, everybody? This is Sean of Raw Select Music, and I want to talk about this record right here. This is Rene Costy and His Orchestra, Chappell Mood Music, Volume 26. Why do I want to talk about this obscure library jazz record? Because of this song right here. Scrabble. Described on the record sleeve as being tropical beat music, whatever that means. This song was sampled by a famous hip-hop producer, maybe you know him, on this song right here. And if you're familiar with this song, the highlight of it is just the monstrous drums that are on it. And this is the sample source. And I really wanted to talk about this record because I think it illustrates a unique dilemma when buying records that have been sampled by hip-hop producers. Where the one song that was sampled, that's the only good song on there, and then the rest of the album isn't worth listening to, and it wasn't worth buying in the first place. So does that reign true for this record? I don't think so. This is actually a pretty solid record. It's just, because of its relative obscurity, it's a pricey record. I paid 7,000 yen for it, which is about $70 American. And the music on here is pretty similar to this guy right here, Bob James. If you're unfamiliar with Bob James, he did the theme song for an old television sitcom called Taxi. And that's easily one of the most memorable parts of it. It was the theme song that Bob James made. It's this real light, airy jazz song with a lot of electric keyboard. This has a lot of that on here too. But really what makes this record different from a Bob James record, even though Bob James is known for drums too, is the drums on here are some of the loudest, livest, driest, uncompressed recorded drums I've ever heard on a record like this. The kicks, the snares, the hi-hats, every part of the drum kit on here just feels so untampered with. And it's that sort of honest drum sound that really gives this record a lot of character. So, but outside of the drums, how is the rest of the record? The rest of the record jumps from a bunch of different genres. It's mostly, again, like Bob James, light jazz, funk sort of music, but it does go wander off. There's a couple of songs that are sort of jazzy. There's a couple of songs that have some Brazilian samba influence to it. One song in particular that I really like on here, this guy Delirium, is probably the harshest song on here, which has this wonderful description. In the psychedelic style, the stepped-up band performs at a frenzied rhythm. And that actually describes the song pretty well. It's a swing, it has more of a swing band feel to it, and has one of the most standout solos on the entire record as the band goes into complete freak out mode, and that's one of the parts of this record that I really, really like. But the rest of the album in and of itself is generally light background music that for some might just sort of come off as sort of dad music, but I like this stuff. It's the sort of thing that I can listen to where I don't really know what I want to listen to that on a particular day. It's sort of mood agreeable, if you will. And there's enough catchiness, enough uniqueness to the arrangements on here. This has some of the best use of fiddle I've ever heard on a jazz record. And I can't stand the fiddle. On top of that, it's got some electric keyboards on here that would make Bob James blush. Yeah, in general, the playing on here is fantastic. Again, the drums, easily the highlight. Another highlight, exemplifying that, is this guy right here. Barbecue Dance. Yeah, Barbecue Dance, with its amazing description. Beat music with a certain optimism. Make sense of that. But anyways, do I recommend this record? Yes. If you can find it at sale price, definitely more than recommend picking it up. If you're a hardcore collector, if you like jazz like this, also highly recommend picking it up. I wouldn't recommend grabbing it if you're sort of new to the genre, but if you're sort of seasoned, I definitely recommend it, as I feel like it's the next step after you've picked up the Bob James essentials like Bob James 1, 2, and to a lesser degree 3 and 4. But anyways, yeah, that's what I have to say about this record. I'm going to put links to some of the songs down in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please leave comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. I'm planning on doing more videos like this, and I'll hopefully see you next week, as I'm planning on doing this once a week.